I am Bridget Williams, and I am a lighting designer for theater and entertainment. I use a variety of software computer software that's designed to help make my job easier. These programs include Vectorworks, which is a drafting software, computer-aided design drafting software, similar to AutoCAD, but Vectorworks is the most common industry standard one for lighting designers. In addition to Lightright, which is a very industry specific lighting software program that helps create spreadsheets in a way that's similar to Excel, but tailored specifically for the lighting industry, theatrical lighting industry. Changes that were made to a typical ellipsoidal light. So an ellipsoidal light is a beam style light. So, you know, everybody knows, like, okay, so in a lighthouse, you've got a very wide washy sort of light, right? It has something called a Fresnel lens in it, which is like a stepped lens. So it reflects the light kind of wide and fuzzy, right? So there are beam specific lights. You can see them in, you can buy different widths of beams for like your garage light outside that creates maybe like a more direct beam that's like less fuzzy with less fallout on the sides. So in lighting, we call this an ellipsoidal reflector spotlight, which essentially means that the way that the reflector inside of the light is configured with the lamp that sits inside that, the tungsten lamp that sits inside that. And the size that is, the distance it is from the lenses, that the light from the lamp reflects off of the reflector and through the lenses allows you to have a perfectly sharp circle of a beam. That changed the way that we can distribute light across the space. And then ETC developed a reflector that was made out of dichroic glass, which changed the way the quality of the light looked and the amount of heat that was inside of that light. So it essentially, the light that created the heat, it was able to be cooler. So you could have a brighter light, for example, because it wasn't all the heat wasn't getting trapped in it. It wasn't getting ruined. The reflector wasn't getting ruined because some of these lamps would burn out a traditional metal reflector. So this dichroic glass kind of changed that. And ETC still has the monopoly. The ETC is Electronic Theater Controls, so it's a pretty famous lighting company, still has the monopoly on these ellipsoidal reflector spotlights, and that technology is used 20 years or whatever after the development of this type of reflector. And it's pretty cool when you think, if I were able to explain the physics in 5 minutes, I would, but you know, it would take a while. But it's kind of cool that we still use that now, and that's kind of awesome. Also, the computer software and the developments that we've made in that are pretty great, and the ability to link your essentially Excel spreadsheet, but Lightright, which is our version of that, to your drafting. So it essentially, it looks at like the blueprint and all the information and the lights that you've entered there, and then translates this into a spreadsheet. It's like a huge time saver.